The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Bad Omens, Q101, Brian and Kenzie. Hey, Kenzie, check it out. Chevelle's here.
I know.
They made it.
Hey.
That's pretty
No,
cool.
I saw them. Yep.
Yep,
I'm pretty
there they
excited
are.
about it.
Yeah, Chevelle's in the house.
You guys
here.
made it.
We did, yeah.
This
It's
was-
nice. It's funny how it shouldn't be a big deal, like somebody showed up somewhere. But for us, there's such a low bar. So musicians showed up somewhere.
No, it's true. No, it's a big low bar there.
So
Yeah.
we've been out on the road for what, 4 days, and we've had two different buses now, and we're working on a third.
Okay, so explain this because you were supposed to be here an hour ago, and that's cool. We have a show till 10. We're all fine. It works out okay. And Case, the producer, has literally lost a year of his life trying to go downstairs. They're not here yet. And he goes, I know, dude, it's okay. It's fine. And he's really stressed about the whole thing. But now he's relaxed because you're here. But what was
Yeah.
going on with these buses?
Oh, bus problems are just a thing that happen. But the first bus that we had it's just you can't find buses right now. I think what's happened is like the whole country music industry has all leased them for the entire year. So they're just sitting. And because of COVID, there's no bus drivers, right? Everybody took other jobs.
Oh.
So all the buses are just kind of sitting or leased. And then, so the one we got, of course, filled up with
Toxic fumes. in
carbon
the back.
dioxide while we
So
were
we're all-
driving.
You got the leftover buses.
We lost 3 or 4
crew guys.
Lost some good men out there?
We just left them there. It's like, just bury the bus. Just
That's
drive into a
terrible.
hole.
Probably between Beyonce and Taylor Swift because they both have like 50 per show too.
Well, and they don't, ironically, they don't even go in buses,
Yes.
right? They just take private
For their
planes.
props.
Which our private plane is in the shop.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
It's been
You
in the
guys
shop
break
for-
everything. I never want to
We really
travel with
do.
you.
We
Yeah.
do break everything.
Well, it's funny because remembering, you're right, because I don't want to bring this up, Pete, but Lollapalooza, when your guitar, you changed guitars 3 times. That one, this is like not recent Lollapalooza, but when you guys played it 2020?
Yeah.
2019?
Yeah, 2019. Yeah.
Yeah. And so is there some kind of Spinal Tap thing going on with you guys, or what's happening?
Yeah, that was one of those things. I've had a guitar fall like apart in my hands and just end up on the stage, a couple times.
It was made of Lego.
Yeah.
And that's one of those times where you feel like Ace Ventura in the movie where the dart or the arrow lands in his leg and he's like, back to
And it just keeps
anyway,
happening.
and you look down and you're like, did that just happen? The guitar is no longer in my hands.
Did you like walk under a ladder or break mirrors all at the same time and buy a
the
black cat?
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Looks like it.
It's not usually bad luck, honestly.
Yeah.
And when something does happen, it kind of helps you remember the show a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
So they're
last
all
night-
memorable?
That's what they tell me when I go in there. I'm like, I'm done. I'm gonna walk away now. That sucked.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it really brings people in. It's like
endearing,
humanizing.
Yeah.
You're like,
It
well,
is.
Yeah.
Can't tell if it's your brother messing with you.
Yeah, right.
Just trying how that's
He
what
probably
brothers
is
do.
just pranking you. He's giving you all this broken stuff.
oh yeah,
It's a little of
that's
that, too.
We should do that.
Yeah, let's start pranking each other because the anxiety of going to play in front of thousands of people is not enough. Let's wonder if maybe there's a whoopee cushion under my seat.
I'm gonna
something.
start like sawing through your
Yeah.
sticks like halfway, just so they.
That actually
explode.
is a good.
That's a good prank.
Yeah.
Last day of the.
We gotta zest it up. You've been performing forever. You're
you
like,
go.
a little spunk.
I like
That's right.
Well, tonight's show at the Aragon coming back with 3 days grace, and it's got to be wild to come home to do a show at the Aragon. I imagine you went to shows at the Aragon before you played the Aragon. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, because
Lots of shows.
obviously Twisted, you played that for us with Rise Against. That was just in the recent years here. But I mean, when you get your memories back of Chicago music scene, what you guys did from Gray's Lake, and you're coming downtown, how did that vibe compared to like we've had Billy Corgan here and Fall Out Boy and all that, but the whole music scene in that situation of going back to the beginning? What was your experience with the Chicago music scene starting out?
Yeah, we were in the northern suburbs, so we were driving in every Tuesday night, every Wednesday night, whatever it was.
Right.
Playing literally anything, but we
Yeah.
were mostly a double door band.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would do Tuesday nights. We would play like the headliner would go on at like 1. So we'd go on at about 10 as like maybe the second or third act, sometimes the first act. And there'd be, the bartenders and their couple of friends. And so you'd play in front of about 12 people, 15 people on a Tuesday night.
Still, the Double Door looked pretty full with 12 people in it.
Do you remember, too, how they turned it up to,
Yeah,
like,
that.
they welded that PA every night. It was, like, stunned. It was, like, 12 people, and they're like,
Yeah.
you know?
Just, you hear it easily on the L. If you're going by, you
so
can hear it.
bloody loud, right?
Yeah.
But it was fun because it was so small of a place, and it just had this crazy PA in there. And the locals, they'd be like, "Oh, you guys," I'm trying to remember what the name of the guy who was it. Tom
Used to run it.
Pop?
Yeah.
I think it was Tom Pop, and he would call us and be like, "Hey, I got a show in 3 days. I need somebody to support it." And you go in, and it would be
Train.
it'd be Train, yeah. And
We
we
played with
supported
Train at
Train, and they were in a van, and we showed up. It's like, oh, this band's
You
really
never
starting to connect.
knew who you were going to play with.
Yeah, you never knew.
Yeah, and like our younger brother wasn't even 21 at the time, so
Yeah.
they were like, well, we normally give you beer, but here's a fruit plate.
Back
Here's a
when they
juice
gave
box.
you fruit plates, which the fruit plate was actually better. You could buy your own beer, but you couldn't
That's
get your own
true.
fruit.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a good point.
As long as it came from a farmer's market, as long as it's good stuff, you know.
No, this was not. This is
No,
all-
this is not.
is not that stuff.
Did you guys make any like lifelong friends when you were connecting with those bands and opening for so many just random groups?
Like Train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's been
tight.
so long,
Yeah.
but it's a fairly small industry, and so our company, So Midwest, Rob Gibson, who's here in Chicago, who does all of our production and lighting and everything. Coincidentally, him and Connor they do stuff for Train, so it's a small like little world. It would be funny to say that, hey, you guys remember that Double Door show? They'd be like, who is this?
Hello?
Yeah.
New phone. Who this?
Exactly.
All right, so Chevelle tonight at the Aragon. We'll talk to them more in a second. Let them catch their breath from running here since the bus broke down.
I know.
So get some water for them, in case we get a little water for Chevelle. And we'll come back and talk more.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, it's Brian and Kenzie, and Chevelle is here, Sam and Pete, and it's just so awesome to have our hometown guys. And this isn't the last show, is it, of the tour?
No. We just started. We're only 4 or 5 shows in, so this goes till October 15th.
Okay, how'd you work Chicago in the middle there a little bit?
I mean, it's just hard to put a schedule together across the whole country. It's especially if a lot of people are touring, you kind of got to fit into it. And people are like, oh, that's stupid. You're going back and forth across the country every single day. Why don't you just do it in a row? And like, yeah, that would be brilliant. You should be a traveler.
Yeah, why don't you do that, Sam?
Yeah.
Why don't you figure that out?
That's easy peasy.
Yeah. We have our lovely people over at CAA are going, yeah, you do it. See how it works out for you.
Yeah, it's got to
You've
be
got
nuts.
30 holds on one venue, right?
God.
Holy crap.
Yeah, well, that's happening nowadays too, because
Everybody's back. Everybody wants to
everybody's
work and play music.
and bands that haven't worked in forever, which is awesome that The Cure is here, right?
Yeah,
We're gonna see
Sunday
The
night.
Cure, how cool! But like everybody's back,
Yeah.
so that's what you're competing with now.
That's what we were talking about in Sync last
You
night.
wish they would have come back maybe next year, after your stuff.
No, it's great that they're. I mean, The Cure is awesome, and you don't ever want to keep anybody from anything. But it is kind of amazing though to be able to see The Cure now.
And they were just here also. They already played. You know, they're now doing Riot Fest Sunday.
Yeah.
So, and you guys are 3 Days Grace tonight at the Aragon. We will have tickets, by the way, coming up here. We'll get a few minutes away. We'll get those tickets
that whole
away.
thing is we're doing a co-headline with those guys, doing I think 27 shows, and we're each closing half the shows. And then we have a band
flip-flop.
from a British band called Loathe with us, which is really good. It's a great band actually. So being able to come out and have an opener that you want to see is unusual.
And
Are
all-
you picking up their slang? Because I heard you say bloody.
Oh, I
They
say
are
bloody
Brits.
so that I don't
You're
curse because I have kids.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
So here, bloody is not really a swear, but it is in other places.
yeah.
So my wife's Australian, and my kids are like fully hardcore Midwest. You know? So they go there. When we are in Australia, they get made fun of a lot. So
Oh.
we try to put a couple of Australian words in there, bloody, bin instead of garbage, those kinds of things, so that they,
Just to help them out.
so their mom feels a little.
Included
Connected.
in
Yeah,
the children she birthed.
She's like, oi! Screaming at him.
That's wild. By the way, this show starts early tonight. If I'm correct.
It's an early show.
I just want to give people, that because traffic is getting out of control, and I want to make sure people all show up around 8, and I'll be fine. But if you want to see the whole show, Case was telling me the hours on this, the doors are like at 5 or something like that.
It's
Is that right,
true.
Case?
Don't ask me. Ask the band that's playing the
No,
show,
that is
Brian.
correct.
When's the doors?
5.
They are. I don't know.
The show's over at 9:20.
Yeah.
Over.
So if you have tickets for the show,
Does that make you happy?
God, so happy.
I mean, you guys are parents.
Well, we're
that
going
has to be
on-
good news.
Going on last night, we have like 3 hours, 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and then
I'm
we have a
okay
show
with
in
that
Ohio tomorrow.
early one.
Oh,
And-
nice.
So, I mean, the shows have been great. So you can't really like 3 in a row is awesome. Any more than that doesn't give Pete's voice a little bit of a break. But
I got this. Don't worry about it.
he really does.
It's all on tape now. Anyway,
That's right. You just
Haven't
press
heard?
play.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jared Leto canceled on us from Lollapalooza time because his voice.
Really?
We were supposed to come in, and he talked about coming in. I said, okay, cool. And I kind of would thought, and you as a singer, I think you might know at some point I need a break. I need a day break. So tomorrow I'm not going to come in to hang out with the radio guys. I'm not going to do that. But they kind of like let us on for a while, and then all of a sudden it was kind of like, nope, not coming in this morning.
Jared
the
sings at the
rug.
top of his register too all the time, and we were talking to him and like, give yourself a couple of songs in like the mid part of your register. Take it easy a little bit.
Tune down a little bit.
He decided to take it easy. He didn't come in. He did. He tuned it down there.
Yeah. And we were a little upset about it because we teased it and listeners go, okay, I'll be there at 9. Like you guys had a legitimate, you guys didn't even have to get here because your buses have been breaking down. You still showed up and you got here.
I mean, our bus it stopped a few times, but it didn't technically, it
just
kept rolling.
The grinding noise.
Yeah,
we
the
knew it was
clunk, clunk.
breaking.
Oh, that's kind of
I
terrifying.
qualify as
It's a little
fumes
terrifying.
in the cabin as a bad situation.
Well, we got out of that bus last night, but the new bus didn't come till 1 a.m., so we had to switch buses over.
Oh, good Lord.
Which nobody's pouring out their beers for us or anything. We're doing fine, but it's still funny because it's just like sleeping on a bus is like having a new baby, right? It's constantly waking you up. It's like trying to sleep while somebody shakes you.
Yeah, like sleeping on a construction site.
Yeah,
That's what it's like.
yeah,
Because it's just noisy. It's like the banging of the road. So
God.
it's all right.
Yeah.
poor us, right?
You guys got to fix that private jet for
listen,
sure.
It doesn't
We're
matter.
waiting on some parts.
Hey, listen, we know you're grateful and appreciative for where you're at right now, but that also sucks.
Yeah,
It's rough.
We have some friends that actually used to private jet from show to show, and recently they told us that we started taking buses again because our kids are getting to college age. Like we realized, like, oh yeah, we can pay for like a whole semester of college with one of these flights. So they stopped flying private.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Who are these friends?
Here's some
I don't know these
perspective for you.
people.
You guys don't have the same friends?
He's got rich folk.
You got rich friends?
Yeah.
He knows who they are.
Yeah. That's gotta be weird too. Like you're saying, like I'm going over, and you're not inviting him to go too because they're your friends, Sam's friends, and not Pete's friends.
No, Pete's always invited. He just doesn't ride motorcycles. So he ends up, because apparently it's like golf or motorcycles, right? You got your friends that do stuff together, and you just want to do stuff together. But motorcycles are way more fun than golf. So we could travel around. Like we camped on our bikes in Yellowstone last year and things like that.
amazing.
It's pretty fun. I mean, it's really scary at times because there's bears and animals, and you're out in
Yeah.
a tent, and all you have is a motorcycle there, which you can,
They're scared a lot. Did you get a bear bell?
We did not.
What?
We just
They just rev their motorcycles.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
true.
That's what you do.
That'll do
They
it.
don't think it's another bear though.
There was one night though. It was like the best night of the trip too, where we kind of got lost where we were going, and the campsite wasn't where we thought it was. So we ended up going out into 20 miles out into Yellowstone, and then finding this dry riverbed, which we rode up at midnight. So it's country dark out there, and we had 4 bikes riding up this dry stone riverbed, and we finally get up there and we find this actual campsite. And it's totally packed, right? But it's in the middle of the night now. Everyone's asleep, and we're waking everybody up. And anyway, it was really difficult to get to, and it was really fun and sketchy and all this stuff. And we asked the one guy who was awake, hey, man, can we share your site? There's no sites to go to, whatever. So we get all set up, and then we're like, in the morning we wake up with, that was amazing. We went up this dry riverbed. It was so sketchy and dangerous. It was so fun. And we look over, and right across from us are these people with like a rented Ford Taurus, and they made it up there
Oh my God.
in the middle of the night. And they're like, yeah, it's no big deal.
There's nothing.
Kind of killed your sense of adventure.
It really did. I was like, how did you even get that car up here? But they did.
I'd just be thinking about serial killers. We're like, who was
There's a
in
couple
those
of
woods
those.
there?
Yeah. A couple 2 trees.
I mean,
it's
yeah,
no
you
big
lucked
deal.
out. Yeah.
Well, listen, man, we appreciate you guys coming in. We do have tickets for the show tonight. Chevelle, 3 Days Grace at the Aragon. 312-591-8300. Call right now, and you are there.
If you can do an early start, if you don't get off work till like 7.
Well, yeah, if you want to see the whole show, right. Got to get there 5.
Early start, baby.
And you guys go on at what time again?
I think we go in
8.
at
Yeah, I heard
8.
8. Yeah.
8:05 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So, and you're headlining tonight, so 3 Days Grace is before you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we're both headlining. We both have the same sets, which are long sets, too. So it's actually a long show. That's why it kind of has to start so early.
Yeah.
So we're just closing tonight. But the show is rad.
Yeah?
It's really cool, yeah. I mean, I say that because I'm biased.
Well, you're the drummer in the band.
Yeah. I get to watch it from the back.
Pete's out front
I
there,
get
you
to
know?
watch Pete's guitar blow up in his hand.
Nah, it'll be all right tonight, right?
Well, it's on purpose.
We'll see. Yeah.
Not a lot of confidence.
Now you got to break them. Now you have to.
Well, I got to
Saw
up
his
it
neck
now,
in half.
so I got to steal from the greats, Jimi Hendrix, and I'll light it on fire. There you go.
There you go.
You also very difficult task of improving or blowing away more performance that you did with Rise Against at Twisted. I mean, that was outstanding.
We brought our lasers that night.
Yes.
Yeah. that
No
was
lasers
fun.
tonight?
Yeah, no lasers, but a whole new production.
Some other tricks.
We
Ooh.
are ecstatic about it.
A little bit of a tidbit there on the new production.
Yeah, it's you got to come and see it. Please
Oh.
do. Yes.
The teepees. We brought the teepees, which they really are 12-foot teepees.
Are you serious?
Ooh.
Yeah. It's pretty rad. I mean, like I said, So Midwest really killed it. So.
Very Yellowstone of you.
He doesn't know if you're
I see
joking
what-
or not.
No, I'm not joking. So Midwest is our
We call
production
them, or
company.
the pods. We call them the pods.
Yeah. We call them teepees.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to go with teepees.
Is that...
Is it politically correct? Am I going
I
somewhere
know,
I shouldn't
right?
say TP?
I don't know,
Can I
I
say
don't know.
TP?
I think so.
Is TP?
Right?
I'm not co-signing anything for you.
No, she's not going to back me up
I
on that
let
one.
him go down with the ship all
Fine.
the time.
I'll take the hit. It's fine. So the Chevelle tickets, 312-591-8300. We'll take caller 10, and the Live Nation help us out. But Chevelle, 3 Days Grace, Aragon tonight. Not a better place to see you guys. I mean, maybe in here would have been cool, too. We could do that sometime. Come in the lounge.
yeah.
You guys want to come to the lounge sometime?
Sure.
Yeah.
I love lounges.
It's right over there.
my
It's
thing.
It's a beautiful place. Like 30 people go in there.
Bring your
Intimate.
teepee.
I don't think you guys have ever played the lounge. I don't think you ever played in there.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
We have a long, sordid history with Q101.
Big time. What's the sordid part?
Showing up for the with White Sox when they won everything, and we did that show at like 7 a.m. at some bar.
Oh, yeah.
Was
somewhere.
that opening night, you mean, or the year after they won the World Series? I can't remember because I was there at that time. I was sludge back then.
They had just won like a couple days earlier, right?
Oh,
or a week earlier.
Yeah.
And we did it for, I can't remember who we did it. So we showed up and we were there and we did the show, and there was like 7 or 8 locals in the bar at 7 a.m. and none of the staff showed up.
Our staff?
Yeah.
Oh,
There was nobody
jeez.
there. But we did
That
our
sounds
show.
accurate.
That was like...
That was probably
15
me.
years ago.
That was probably me, Miss Note.
Probably.
No, I can't remember. Wow.
But it was like 7 a.m. when we played, and I can't believe we even did that at all.
Yeah. You guys have supported us for a long time.
Yeah.
That's
Remember,
true.
we played-
We've done that too.
We played the House of Blues, and you guys aired the entire show
Yeah.
live
Remember that?
once. It
Yup.
was like an hour and 20 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
And then somebody sat on one of the microphones
What?
halfway through it.
That's true.
Somebody had to run over and be like, "Your bag is on the mic."
Oh my god.
It's true. Somebody
Yeah.
sat on one of the microphones, put their bag. It was a purse.
Yeah.
Oh,
One
that's
of the
great.
microphones.
But it was still cool that you did it.
It was cool.
It is so much history with you guys, and it was great. You know, all those years on Ozfest, you guys were just, it seemed like you were on every Ozfest for about 7-8 years in a
We really
row.
only did it twice.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It feels like you were on every Ozfest.
Brian, did you work here?
I did.
You don't remember anything.
I used to be a guy named Sludge. I'm
When
Brian
you say
now.
twice, though, it sounds like 2 shows. It was 2 tours.
2 tours.
Correct, but
and
I-
they were each months long.
I just
2
feel
months
like you
long.
guys were on that more tours than that in my brain. But then again, that's what happens.
The second time we did it was the main stage with Disturbed and Marilyn Manson and Korn and Ozzy. And,
Wow.
and it
Yeah,
was,
Kenzie. That's a show right there.
That's a show.
It was great. Every night it was awesome. And then the first time we did it, System of a Down was on the main stage and we were on the side stage, so we got to watch System every night. which was
We pissed off
crazy
Marilyn
fun.
Manson quite a bit on that second run.
History's proving
Like, he
you
was-
right on that one, by
Yeah,
the
he
way.
was not
It has.
happy because we just hang out and he had these dancers and we would hang out and talk to him or whatever. Everybody's hanging out.
Yeah.
But he would come by and he would like punch our dressing room door and like bloody his hand on it. This is what
Turns
we
out he
saw
was
the
really
blood. We
quick
don't
to
know.
anger.
We didn't see him do it, but yeah, he was cool.
Really
a little
quick to
bit.
anger.
Yeah.
Just
was
because
he-
you were
why-
talking to the, was he jealous?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Don't don't hang out with my ladies. And
Yeah, that was that whole thing.
so that was even back then.
And
So,
literally it
insane.
was like we were just everybody was just hanging out, at the end of the night. But those were fun tours. I mean, all those big tours that you do over your history. I mean, we did Sick New World this year in Las Vegas, and that was crazy. It was 103 degrees or whatever, and every band you could think of basically was
from
there.
the 2000s.
Yeah, and
early
all in
2000s.
one day.
Yep.
Wow.
60,000 people there, sold out, and it was. I mean, watching Deftones there, and Incubus, and Korn, and all the bands from our era all being there together was, and we still get to do this stuff, and it's just really, to use the parlance of our time, rad.
It's a bloody good time, right?
Oh, hell yeah. So, Chevelle, 3 Days Grace tonight at the Aragon. Get there. And so thankful you guys came in today. It's good seeing you again.
yeah.
And to forget about our sordid past. And I'll remember all the good
We
times.
showed up today, though. We were
That's
here.
right. We are here. And we'll get you in here to play again next time. But go see him tonight. Get there early again to the Aragon. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you, Sam and Pete.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for having
you.
us.
Chevelle. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Sublime, Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and just having a great time talking to Chevelle. So happy Sam and Pete came in. Our guys from Grays Lake, Chevelle, 3 Days Grace at the Aragon tonight. It is a very early show, and Sam was explaining to me, we didn't really say it on the air, I don't think why, because it's an all-ages show.
Yeah, so that's awesome to know because it is earlier.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about keeping your kids up all night.
Yeah,
But then all ages, it's awesome.
I think the show will be over by 9:20.
You should bring Harper.
First Chevelle show, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
She's not been sleeping good anyways.
Yeah, well,
This will tire her out.
she's got to get inducted sometime to the Aragon and a metal
You gotta
show.
wear that ass out. The baby's gonna knock out after that show.
So there's still a few tickets left. Let's sell it out for the hometown guys. Chevelle and 3 Days Grace there as well at the Aragon tonight. Live Nation, get your tickets right there. And, maybe we'll have some more free ones here. So awesome that they came in. Pictures and video will be up on our socials. And then we'll talk to you tomorrow where we'll have more Riot Fest tickets at 8 a.m. and more tickets in Clash with Kenzie for John Mulaney and Pete Davidson. And Lauren's in next with a lot of other awesomeness.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.